Hey there, welcome to the channel. In this video, I want to show you how to get started installing and using these custom skills, which are available on GitHub. They're completely free, open source, and easy to use. I'm going to leave a link in the description below where you can access this. And then in order to get started, all you have to do is run this one-line command in your terminal. So I've already got them installed, but I'll show you how this works. So you just run npx skills and then add, and then you can add all of the skills. So there's literally dozens of them to choose from here. I've already just gone through and installed quite a few of these, like 10 or 12, and all you have to do is scroll through and hit spacebar to select each one of them. This one in particular is called IndexNow, and what it does is it submits your entire website to Bing so that it crawls your entire website immediately. That one's really useful. We've also got another one for image optimization on here if you want to optimize your images so that they load faster, which is also really important for SEO. There's a bunch of SEO and marketing skills, all sorts of stuff in here. And then in order to get started, you're just going to select the skills and then press enter. And then you can choose which IDE you want to install it in. So in this case, I'm interested in installing it in Claude Code and then also Kilo Code as well, because that one's basically completely free to use. So if you run out of credits in Claude Code, you can just switch over to Kilo Code, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. This is running in Kilo Code as I'm speaking. And then from here, you can choose whether you want to install it in your project or globally. So in this case, I'm just going to install them all globally. And then that's just going to go ahead and install. You can select whether it's a symlink or copy to all agents. I would recommend symlink. And then you're just going to press enter, and then you can proceed with installation. Now in this case, I've already got some of these installed and I don't want to install the other ones, so I'm just going to exit out. But I want to show you what this can do, because ultimately it's going to save you a lot of man hours fixing and optimizing your website. So this one right here, it's checking for SEO indexing issues over here in Kilo Code. You can see exactly what it's doing. Actually, it's optimizing images. So it's just going through and printing out all the images, and it's going to fix those up. And this one over here is for Core Web Vitals, which is a Google Page Speed Insights tool. And it looks like some of my things are at risk, so the website is not loading as quickly as it can be. And right here it says what the issues are. So it's got issues with LCP, COS, and INP. I don't really know what that means exactly, but fact of the matter is I don't have to know what it means. I can just go ahead and implement all the fixes. So it's going to optimize the hero image, the font display, the dashboard animation, and a bunch of other things as well, so that ultimately my website is going to load even faster. So if I want to test my website speed, I can come over here to Google Page Speed Insights, and as you can see, there's the LCP, which actually stands for largest contentful paint, and then we've got this one and this one as well. So it's just going to go ahead and optimize those so that my website loads faster on both mobile and desktop. And the really nice thing about using these skills is that I don't have to really know how to code. I don't have to know how to fix any of this stuff myself. I can just hand it over to the skill and it will fix each one of the things, and then I just... So this one here looks like it identified all of the image optimization issues that it's having. It says overall the site has a solid foundation with several areas for improvement. And here's the full audit, and then these are the issues that it found. So the avatar is, it wants to convert it to a smaller file format, which is definitely worth doing so that the page loads faster. And then also blog content images are missing width and height, so it's going to fix that. No image sitemap, which it definitely already has a sitemap, but it looks like it wants to add images into the sitemap as well, so it's going to fix that. And then the logo is still served as a fallback, so we'll fix that. It's just going to fix everything, right? So now it's asking, do you want me to implement any of the fixes? And I'm just going to say, fix everything. That's all you have to do. And then it will just go through and start optimizing everything for you. And the really nice thing about using Kilo Code for this is that I don't have to add more credits to Claude Code, because currently I'm actually maxed out for the week, so I have to wait like another 4 days. But since the skills are already installed in Kilo code, I can use it here, and I can also use it in open code, which I'm running right here as well. And I'm running all of these at the same time, so I can optimize things in parallel. I can show you what the skills look like inside. So if I just select skills here, we can search for skills, and I want to find SEO skills. So I'm just going to type SEO, and some of these are the skills that I just recently installed, and then other ones have already been here for a while. But if we come back over to the GitHub here, we can take a look through the skills. So we'll just open up skills, and then you can choose which category you're interested in. In this case, I'm really interested in the SEO skills, and you can take a look at all the different skills here inside the skill.md file. So this particular one is for Parasite SEO, which essentially allows you to build backlinks on high authority sites, which sounds really interesting. I'm not exactly sure how this works. So I'm just going to go ahead and search for Parasite over here, and then we can run that skill. And then all I have to do is type in my domain name, which is tubeanalytics.net, and it's going to load up that skill, as you can see right here. So it's just passed in the entire skill.md file, and now it's going to start running. And it's just recommending things that I can do to build my backlink profile. So it recommends getting links on Reddit, Medium, LinkedIn Pulse, which is essentially like a newsletter, Quora, Stack Overflow, and it just tells me exactly what I should do to build up my backlinks. And it also recommends creating content clusters, which I already have a lot of these already, but we can write these articles using another skill, which I've built for Claude Code, to write blog articles. So this is what it looks like, and I'm writing all of these blog articles using the AI tools. They're really, really well optimized for SEO and GEO as well, which is ultimately going to help my website show up in AI search. And to that point, we can see that AI crawlers are already visiting my site. We've got about 123 visits just in the past 2 weeks, and in the past week, we've got roughly the same. This tool I've started using, which is called tracker.ai, it's really, really helpful for figuring out where you're showing up in AI citations, and also in terms of how many AI crawlers are going to your site. And they even have a thing that you can install on your website so that it will show to the AI crawlers as well. Here, which is called Index Guru, which will automatically index all the pages on your site for both Google search and also Bing as well. This one's $9 per month, which I would say is totally worth it. But fact of the matter is, now I don't necessarily need it because I have a way to do this using one of the skills that I just installed. This is the script that it created, and this is specifically for submitting all of my pages to Bing using a tool called IndexNow, which is basically an API. And if I want to go ahead and run that, all I have to do is open a new terminal tab, and then I can just say npx tsx scripts index now. And what that's going to do is just going to submit all of the URLs to Bing. I would also like to find a way to do this for Google search as well, but currently I haven't found a way to do that. Google Search Console. This is another skill that is provided through this GitHub repository, and I'm just going to cancel that and put in my domain right here. So what that's going to do is it's going to find anything that I need to fix in terms of how Google Search Console is finding my site, including performance, insights, page indexing. It's just going to give me a monthly audit checklist. And now it's saying, I don't have direct access to your Google Search Console. How would you like to proceed? We can also come back over here and we can see how this is doing. This is for optimizing the images on my site. So right now it's just converting the avatar, which is basically just going to make it a lot smaller. And then it's going to continue to add blog content images. It's going to improve some other stuff, and it's also going to add image sitemap extension as well. And all of these things are going to dramatically help, one piece at a time, to improve my website so that more people can find it, and ultimately that is the goal. I want more people finding the site, signing up in order to learn how to grow their YouTube channel. And if you're watching this right now and you want to join Tube Analytics, feel free to sign up. Prices start at $19 per month, and they go up to $149 per month for the enterprise plan. This is the most powerful platform that I've ever built. With that being said, let's continue the tutorial. If we come over here, we can see what this one's doing. It's just adding all of the schema to the blogs and compare articles and support articles. And currently it's adding the schema, it's adding property images for rich results. And it's just doing this automatically. I don't have to do anything. I could just sit here and drink a glass of wine while this is all going on. Now this one has come back as well, and it's telling me how to optimize my GSC. So it says I need to add my site, which I've already done, to Google Search Console, and then also set up some of these settings here, which I've also already done. I've connected my sitemap and all that stuff, and it's also telling me how to measure the traffic going to my site. But it does have a recommendation here to set up automated monitoring. This is an API script that it can basically just create for me, and it can monitor everything automatically. And I'm just going to tell it to create a simple GSC monitoring script. It's just going to go ahead and start doing that right away. And these are just a few of these skills that are available through GitHub. There's a bunch of other ones. I'm just scratching the surface of what these are capable of. But it looks like it came back and it fixed up all of my core web vitals for the site. And this one's also chugging along, fixing up all the schema on my site. Now keep in mind, this would take probably days, if not weeks, for me to do on my own. And this specific app would have probably taken me 2 years to build if I ever finished it in the first place without the AI tools. So it's a huge time saver, especially using these custom skills. And now we can do another page speed test and see if the changes that I made actually are making a difference. Looks like, unfortunately, the core web vitals assessment is still failing for some reason. But we can see how the page speed is loading on both mobile and desktop. And it should be finished in a few minutes here. There we go. So it's about the same speed as it was previously. The performance definitely needs a bit of work, and you can see exactly what it needs fixing over here as well. I'm not exactly sure why the skill didn't make a difference to the overall page speed, but that's definitely something that we can work on. On desktop, it's 97 out of 100, so it loads virtually instantaneously. And this is a very, very positive signal to Google and Bing and all the search engines, including the AI crawlers, that your site is reputable. So that's definitely good news. And we can also come over here and continue the image optimization. And then this one also, it's just going to verify all the pages are validated correctly. And that will fix up all the schema on my site. But in this tutorial, yeah, I just wanted to show you how to get started with some of these skills. They're very, very powerful in terms of what you could do. Saves a ton of time. And I would highly recommend installing some of these to, basically just take more off your plate, and you don't have to hire anybody to do any of this stuff. You can just use the skills to do it for you. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, stay safe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace from Thailand.